There's something silently stealing sleep from millions of people over 60, and the scariest part, you might be helping it without even knowing. Let me ask you something honestly. Have you ever found yourself wide awake at 2 a.m.? No nightmares, no strange noise. You just wake up, suddenly cold and completely alert. You lie there, you toss, you turn, you close your eyes, count sheep, but sleep never really comes back. I've seen this story play out hundreds of times, and the truth is, I was once part of that story too. And here's the irony. Sometimes it's not stress or age or some mysterious condition. Sometimes it's just that one healthy glass of water you had before bed. Not because water is bad, of course not. But after 60, our bodies don't work the same way anymore. Melatonin drops. The hormone that helps us hold water overnight, ADH, slows down. And your bladder, it suddenly runs out of patience. I know it sounds so small, right? Just a glass of water. But what I'm about to share with you in this video might change your nights entirely. Not with pills, not with complicated tricks, but with simple things. A warm almond milk, a cup of chamomile tea, a spoonful of warm gelatin. Drinks that when you understand them, and drink them at the right time, can help bring back the kind of deep, healing sleep you thought was gone for good, so stay with me. Because in just a few minutes, I'm going to take you on a journey from the hidden shifts in your aging hormones to practical, down-to-earth solutions that don't require a prescription, but can help you sleep again, like you did in your 40s. And here's the good news. That journey starts tonight with just one small choice: what you drink before you go to bed. I once had a patient. His name was Harold. He was 67, healthy guy, walked every morning, no major medical issues. But he came to me with something so common yet so frustrating. He said, "Doc, I just can't sleep through the night anymore. I keep waking up 2 a.m., then again around 4. We checked everything, heart, thyroid, even did a sleep study. Nothing stood out until I asked a simple question. Do you drink water before bed? And he said, every night, a full glass. I've done it for years. I thought it helped keep my kidneys healthy. And here's the thing. So many people over 60 do the same. It feels like the right thing to do. But for a lot of folks, it's quietly working against them. See, plain water might seem harmless. No sugar, no caffeine, no chemicals, but it also doesn't help your body sleep. It doesn't warm you. It doesn't calm your nerves, and most importantly, it doesn't stay in your body long. Here's what happens. After 60, your body starts making less of a hormone called ADH. That's antidiuretic hormone. When we're young, ADH works at night to help us hold on to fluids so we don't wake up needing the bathroom. But with age, ADH drops. That means even a small glass of water goes straight to your bladder. And your bladder, well, let's just say it doesn't have the same patience it once did. So guess what happens? You wake up, you look at the clock. 2:00 a.m. and your sleep is gone. What breaks my heart is this. People truly believe that drinking water before bed is good for them. And you know what? They're not wrong, but the body they're living in now isn't the same body they had 20 years ago. What used to be a healthy routine is now quietly disrupting their nights. Now, I'm not telling you to stop drinking water altogether in the evening, but I am asking you to start asking a different question. Is what I'm drinking before bed nourishing me, or waking me up at 2 a.m.? And in the next segments, I'm going to walk you through some smarter choices. Drinks that won't send you running to the bathroom. Drinks that might even help you sleep deeper. Relax more, and wake up feeling like your body actually rested. Some of them might surprise you. A warm glass of almond milk, a little chamomile tea, even a spoonful of gelatin. Yes, really, we can't turn back the clock. but we can learn to care for the bodies we have now, in the way they actually need, and sometimes that journey starts with just one different drink. Each night, if you've ever gone through it, waking up in the middle of the night, heading to the bathroom, then lying there wide awake, trying to fall back asleep. You're not alone, but I want to be clear about something. Struggling with sleep doesn't mean you need to go thirsty. We still need water. Your body needs hydration to keep your heart steady, to keep your brain from feeling foggy, to keep your joints from stiffening up overnight. But here's the key. Backhand index pointing right, you need to drink the right kind of liquid at the right time. See, plain water might look pure, but it's kind of empty. It doesn't help your body unwind. It doesn't contain nutrients that support rest. And for people over 60, with lower melatonin and a weaker ability to hold water, that glass of water goes straight to the bladder. But what if that glass was something else? What if it was warm almond milk, or soothing chamomile tea, or just a spoonful of gelatin dissolved in warm water? Those don't just hydrate you. They signal to your body that it's time to calm down, to let go, to sleep. I remember one of my patients, Edith. She was 71, retired schoolteacher, lived alone. She came to see me, and I'll never forget what she said. "Doctor, I don't believe in good sleep anymore. I've tried it all, breathing techniques, meditation, counting backwards. Nothing works. I wake up every night and just stare at the ceiling." I asked her one simple question. "What do you usually drink before bed?" She said, "Just plain water." I figured simple is better. I suggested something different. No medication. No complicated sleep rituals. Just swap that water for a small glass of warm, unsweetened almond milk. Just half a cup. 2 weeks later, she came back, sat across from me, smiled softly. A kind of peace on her face I hadn't seen before. She said, "Doctor, I slept again, not all night, but it was real sleep." You see, we don't have to stop drinking. We just have to drink smarter. Not all liquids are created equal. Some will wake you up in the middle of the night. Others will lull you gently into deep, nourishing sleep. Like a quiet stream running underground, steady, natural, effortless. Now, I won't promise you that one night will fix everything. But I do know this: one right choice done over and over again can help your body remember how to sleep peacefully again. In the next segment, I'll walk you through that glass of almond milk I just mentioned, why it's such a gift for your aging nervous system, and how to drink it in a way your body can truly absorb. It may be small, but it just might be the bridge that leads you back to the deep sleep you've been missing. Some things in life are so simple, yet if you give them a real chance, they can quietly transform the parts of life you thought were just part of getting older. Warm almond milk is one of those little miracles. I know it's not something you'll find written on a prescription pad. No big ad campaigns will tell you. This is the drink that'll bring you back to deep sleep. But if you've ever had a small cup of warm, unsweetened almond milk on a quiet evening, you'll know what I mean when I say something inside you begins to settle. Now, if we look at the science, the secret lies in two powerful ingredients: magnesium and tryptophan. Magnesium calms the central nervous system. It helps slow down those overactive signals in the brain, the ones that make us think too much the moment our heads hit the pillow. Tryptophan is gentler. It's a building block of serotonin, which later becomes melatonin, the key hormone that tells your body it's time to rest. Unfortunately, most older adults are low on both. So sometimes just one little glass of almond milk, about 4 ounces, is enough to refill a biological gap that many people don't even realize they have. I had another patient, Renee, 69 years old. She once told me, "I just can't shut my mind off when I turn off the lights. It keeps talking, keeps running like the daytime wasn't long enough." I asked her, "Do you drink anything before bed?" Well, she shook her head. "I'm afraid if I drink anything, I'll have to get up and use the bathroom." I suggested she try warm almond milk, not cold, no sugar, and to drink it about an hour before bed. Not right before hitting the pillow. She gave it a try. 1 week later, she sat across from me again, and her eyes looked brighter than when I first met her. She smiled and said, "Doctor, I slept again. Not a lot, but it was real sleep, and my mind. It finally felt quiet, like someone turned off the switch inside my head. And here's the thing, this isn't just a feeling." A 2014 study in Iran, published in the Journal of Research in Medical Sciences, found that adults who drank almond milk twice a day for 2 weeks increased their average deep sleep time by 22 minutes per night. They woke up less often, and more importantly, they felt clearer and more refreshed in the morning. Now look, I'm not saying almond milk is a magic cure. It won't knock you out like sleeping pills. It won't replace overall health care. But in a world where so many people reach for a pill first, I just want you to know, sometimes the simple, natural things are the best places to start. You don't need a big glass, just half a cup will do. Drink it about an hour after dinner before bedtime. And if you like, you can sprinkle in a little cinnamon. It's not just for taste. It also helps improve blood flow during the night. Don't expect one night to fix everything. Be patient, be gentle with your body, because sleep, just like an old friend, needs to be invited back with kindness. Backhand index pointing right in the next segment, I'll introduce you to chamomile tea, a gentle companion for restless minds that just won't quiet down when the night comes. Have you ever felt this? Your body's tired, but your mind just won't quit. You close your eyes, hoping for rest. But your thoughts keep running, from the kids and grandkids, to something someone said over dinner, to a memory from years ago that suddenly bubbles up from nowhere. Sleep, even though you're lying still, just won't come. I call that a mind that refuses to shut down. And it's one of the most common, quiet reasons folks over 60 lose sleep. Not because of pain, not because of a bathroom break, but simply because the brain isn't ready to let go. There's an old friend I like to introduce to those kinds of minds. A friend that doesn't need a prescription, no side effects, no chemicals, just a gentle, fragrant presence in a warm cup. I'm talking about chamomile tea. Clear, floral, soothing. But inside it, a tiny natural compound called apignin. This plant-based flavonoid binds to GABA receptors in the brain. Now, if you've heard of GABA, you'll know it's like the brain's brake pedal. It slows things down, reduces overthinking, steadies the heartbeat, and eases the mind into a restful state. Apignin is like a quiet whisper to your busy brain. It's time now, no more thinking, let go. In fact, a 2015 study published in the Journal of Advanced Nursing looked at women over the age of 65 who drank just one small cup of chamomile tea each night for 2 weeks. The results: they fell asleep 16 minutes faster on average. Nighttime wake-ups dropped by over 30%, and most importantly, they described their sleep as gentle, pleasant, like they were finally resting without force or frustration. And the way to use it couldn't be simpler. Just steep a chamomile tea bag in hot water for about 5-7 minutes. Let it cool to a warm, drinkable temperature. And here's the key. Don't gulp it down. Sit down, sip slowly. No phone, no TV, just you. The floral steam rising from your cup. and your breath slowing down bit by bit. If you'd like, add a slice of ginger or a few drops of natural vanilla. But I'd suggest skipping the sugar or honey, especially if you're watching your blood sugar levels. See, at this stage in life, we're not looking for a forced sleep like we might have when we were younger. We're looking for release, a permission to let the mind rest without guilt, a soft voice inside us saying, "It's okay now, you can sleep." Chamomile tea is not a sleeping pill, it's a companion, one that gently slows you down. So when you finally lie in bed, you're not just turning off the lights, you're turning off the noise inside your head. Backhand index pointing right and coming up next, I'll tell you about warm coconut water, a drink most people think is only for hot summer days. But it turns out it might just calm your bladder, balance your electrolytes, and help you drift into a night of peaceful, uninterrupted sleep. Now let me ask you something. What if I told you that coconut water, the drink you probably think of as a summer refresher, could actually help you sleep better in the winter of life? Would you believe me? I'll be honest, I was skeptical too. That is until one of my patients, Mr. Walter, 72, shared something with me. He said, "I don't know why, doc, but every time I drink coconut water at night, I sleep better. I don't wake up with my bladder calling the shots anymore." At first, it sounded almost too simple, but it turns out there's real science behind it. You see, after the age of 60, one of the most common reasons people wake up at night is electrolyte imbalance. We often think insomnia is all in the mind, but sometimes it's your body talking. Muscle cramps, restless legs, overactive bladder, and at the root of it all, a simple lack of magnesium and potassium. Now here's where real coconut water, not the flavored stuff, but the real unprocessed kind, comes in. It's naturally rich in exactly what older bodies tend to lose: potassium, magnesium, a pinch of natural sodium. Potassium keeps your heart rhythm steady. Magnesium relaxes the smooth muscles, like those in your bladder, so you're not jolted awake in the middle of the night. And sodium. It helps you retain just the right amount of fluid without overworking your kidneys. A 2017 study in the Journal of Sleep Disorders Research showed this clearly. Older adults with low potassium levels had up to 28% higher risk of nighttime awakenings and broken sleep. But when they restored their electrolytes through real foods, their sleep improved within just 1 week. But there's a catch. Don't drink cold coconut water, and don't drink it right before bed. Here, that's what I usually tell my patients: backhand index pointing right, warm it up. Dilute it with equal parts warm water, about 100 to 120 ml total. Backhand index pointing right, sip it slowly, ideally about 90 minutes before bedtime, right after dinner. Backhand index pointing right, and if you want a little extra comfort, toss in a slice of fresh ginger. Just 1 small cup can make a big difference. No more bladder wake-up calls at 2 a.m., no more cramping legs at 3:00 a.m. And most importantly, a gentle feeling that your body is being supported, not forced. You see, we've all lived through decades of go fast. Fast meals, fast sleep, fast living. But at this stage in life, we've earned the right to slow down, to tend to the little things. And sometimes that little thing is a warm glass of coconut water. It's a simple gesture, but one that says to your body, "I'm listening to you now." Backhand index pointing right, and next, I'll introduce you to golden milk, a warm turmeric drink that gently lowers cortisol, soothes inflammation, and invites your body into deep, powerful rest without a single pill. Have you ever just laid there in the dark? The room is quiet, your body's tired, but somehow sleep doesn't come. It's not noise, it's not your bladder, it's just your brain won't turn off. You feel your heart beating, soft but restless. Your breath stays shallow, and your mind feels like a tight violin string refusing to unwind. I want you to know something important. When that happens, chances are your cortisol levels are still too high. Cortisol is your stress hormone. It's released by the adrenal glands when you're under pressure. It keeps us alert when we need it, but if it doesn't drop at night, your body simply won't fall asleep. After age 50 or 60, our bodies don't regulate cortisol as easily as before. Just a little thought, a quiet worry, even if it's vague, can signal your adrenals to keep producing cortisol without you even realizing it. So even when there's nothing specific bothering you, your brain stays on guard, in fight mode. Even when there's nothing left to fight, let me tell you about a humble but powerful drink. Some call it golden milk, a warm blend of turmeric and plant-based milk. It's been around for thousands of years in traditional Indian medicine. But today, modern science has circled back to confirm what ancient wisdom knew all along. The active compound in turmeric, curcumin, can lower cortisol, calm the brain, and support natural, healthy sleep. In fact, a 2019 study published in Phytotherapy Research found this. Adults who took curcumin every evening for 4 weeks saw a 23% drop in cortisol levels. Their deep sleep increased, measured by EEG. And most importantly, they didn't feel drugged or groggy. They just slipped more easily into rest because their body returned to its natural rhythm. That's the beauty of curcumin. It doesn't force sleep like medication. It gently helps your body remember how to rest. By restoring the HPA axis, that's your hypothalamus, pituitary, and adrenal glands. Here's what I recommend. Use unsweetened almond or oat milk, warm, not boiling. Add half a teaspoon of pure turmeric powder and a tiny pinch of black pepper. That pepper increases curcumin absorption by 7 to 8 times. Don't drink it on an empty stomach, and give yourself at least an hour before bed to sip it slowly. No screens, no distractions, just warmth, soft light, and a body slowly being convinced that it's time now, you can rest. Golden milk doesn't just help you sleep. It also soothes the hidden inflammation that so many of us carry at this age. In our joints, our blood vessels, even our gut lining. Little silent fires we don't see, but that still wear us down night after night. A warm glass of golden milk, when made and taken with care, isn't just a drink, it's a message to your body. You can begin to heal now. Backhand index pointing right in the next segment. I'll take you deeper into the world of gelatin and bone broth. Two powerful nighttime drinks that help stabilize brain waves, restore tissues, and bring you the kind of refreshment you can actually feel when you wake up. Have you ever slept for a full 7 hours, but still woke up feeling heavy, like your head's wrapped in fog and your body hasn't really rested? You might have wondered, I got the hours in, so why does it still feel like I haven't slept at all? The answer, my friend, lies in something called restorative deep sleep. That's the phase where your brain waves slow down. Your body temperature drops slightly, and your entire inner system shifts into repair mode. Now here's the tricky part. After age 60, many people still sleep, but they no longer drop into true deep sleep. They float in lighter phases, easily disturbed, never quite reaching the depths needed for real healing. In helping my older patients restore their deep sleep, I stumbled upon something simple and surprisingly powerful: gelatin and bone broth. I know, it sounds old-fashioned, maybe even outdated, but hear me out. Gelatin, the plain, unflavored kind, is a rich source of glycine, a special amino acid. Now, glycine doesn't make you sleepy like a sedative, but it does two remarkable things. One, it gently lowers your heart rate and core body temperature, creating the ideal internal state for deep, dreamless sleep. Two, it enhances slow-wave brain activity, the delta waves, which are directly linked to physical restoration. A 2007 study published in Neuropsychopharmacology showed this clearly. Just 3 grams of glycine, about 1 teaspoon of gelatin, helped older adults sleep more deeply, wake less frequently, and most importantly, wake up feeling sharper and more alert. Now, if gelatin isn't your thing, bone broth is a wonderful alternative. A bowl of slow-cooked broth, made from marrow, bones, or cartilage, is packed with glycine, proline, glutamine, and essential minerals for your joints, gut lining, and soft tissues. There's a reason why communities in blue zones, the longest-living people on Earth, often include bone broth in their nightly routine. They sleep deeply, they wake clear-headed, and their bodies, even at 80 or 90, feel more put together. So how should you use it? Backhand index pointing right gelatin, 1 small spoon, about 3 g, stirred into 4 ahs of warm water. Sip it slowly about 45 minutes before bedtime. Backhand index pointing right bone broth. Choose low-sodium, clear broth. Drink it warm, plain. Avoid adding starch or fats if you want maximum absorption. Now here's what I want you to remember. You don't need 9 hours of sleep. What you really need are a few cycles of true deep sleep. The kind that lets your body do what it was built to do. So rebuild the gut lining. Repair small muscle fibers in your back, neck, and shoulders. Renew your immune cells. And gently wash away the mental clutter from the day. Sometimes that kind of healing doesn't come from a pill. It begins with a warm mug of gelatin, or a simple bowl of broth made with care. You don't need anything flashy, you just need a sleep deep enough to wake up and feel like yourself again. Clear, light, and steady. Backhand index pointing right in the next segment. I'll show you how to drink the right way, at the right time in the right amount, and in sync with your body's natural rhythm. So these nighttime drinks can do what they're truly meant to do. We've spent a lot of time talking about what to drink for better sleep, but there's something just as important. When you drink and how much, because even the most soothing almond milk, if you drink it right before bed, or if you drink too much of it, it might still wake you up at 2 a.m., just like a plain glass of water would. I always remind my patients, sleep is a ritual, not an event. It doesn't start the moment your head hits the pillow. It begins with everything you do. And drink in the 90 minutes before that. Here's what I usually recommend. Backhand index pointing right the best time to drink. About 60 to 90 minutes before bedtime. Why? Because your body needs time to absorb the nutrients, to switch on the parasympathetic nervous system, your rest mode, and to slow down your inner clock. If you drink too close to bedtime, your bladder might speak up before the benefits kick in. Backhand index pointing right how much should you drink? Just 100 to 150 ml, about half a small cup. Many people believe the more I drink, the better it works. But with sleep, less is often more. A moderately thick gelatin drink, a small glass of warm golden milk, a lightly steeped cup of chamomile tea. These are signals, not floods. They don't fill you up. They guide you down into rest. I encourage you to treat this as a nighttime ritual, not something you gulp down on autopilot. Make it intentional. Let it be your way of saying to your body, from here on, we're heading into rest. And don't just drink, sit still. Sip slowly, don't scroll your phone, don't catch up on news. Just you and your body, finally learning to be at peace together. One last thing. And it's so simple, yet so powerful. Backhand index pointing right, go to the bathroom one last time before bed. Sounds obvious, right? But you'd be surprised how many people skip this. Just this one habit alone can give your body permission to rest through the night. Undisturbed, one of my patients, Mr. Bruce, 74, told me that once he established a consistent nighttime routine, a small glass of milk at 8:30, a bathroom visit at 9:00, and lights out by 9:30. He no longer needed sleeping pills. He looked at me and said, "Doc, I'm sleeping like I did in my 40s." You see, sleep doesn't come from one big, dramatic action. It's the result of small, conscious behaviors, done consistently, done in rhythm. And one warm drink, the right kind at the right time, is more than a beverage. It's a gentle invitation to your body. It's time now. Everything else can wait for tomorrow. Backhand index pointing right in the next segment. I'll help you tune into your body's signals, explore each drink wisely, and build your own personal sleep map. Because there's no one-size-fits-all solution, but everyone can find what works best for them. We've just taken a journey together. Not a long one, perhaps, but one that invites us to revisit something we once took for granted: sleep. The kind that used to come so effortlessly in our youth now feels like something many of us must search for, night after night, breath by breath. But here's the truth: sleep hasn't abandoned us. Our bodies have simply changed, and the beautiful part is, if we're willing to change with them, that same deep, peaceful sleep can come back gently, naturally, just like it used to. In today's video, I've shared with you 10 warm nighttime drinks, each one carefully chosen through scientific research and years of working with patients over 50. Warm almond milk to boost natural melatonin. Chamomile tea to quiet the mind. Warm coconut water to balance electrolytes. Golden milk to lower cortisol and reduce hidden inflammation. A gelatin and bone broth to support deep, dreamless restorative sleep. And above all, the simple principle of drinking the right thing, at the right time, in tune with your body's rhythm. I don't know which drink you'll try tonight, but I believe this: if you give yourself just a few nights, no pressure, no expectations, you may discover something incredible. Your body still remembers how to heal. It still knows how to sleep. It just needs you to listen and offer it a little kindness. I know after 50 or 60 years on this earth, you've weathered a lot. Maybe you stayed up with a sick child, lost a job, grieved in silence when no one knew, and tonight, if you're here still listening, I want to say this: thank you. Thank you for showing up for yourself. I'm deeply grateful for your presence. And I celebrate you for giving yourself this moment to come home to your own well-being. Because as long as you still want to heal, your body still has the power to restore. Have you ever wondered that maybe, just maybe, one warm drink taken at the right time could change not just your night, but how you feel through the entire next day? If that thought moves something in you, start not next week, not when everything is perfect. Start tonight. And if after a few nights you're still struggling, please talk to your doctor, because sleep, like all aspects of health, deserves care, attention, and love. Thank you for spending your precious time with me today. Thank you for letting me walk with you in this journey back to restful sleep, and maybe to a richer, more present life. If you found today's video helpful, please subscribe to the Vigor Without Age channel. Share this with someone you love, and leave a comment below to let me know. Backhand index pointing right, what are you going through right now? Backhand index pointing right, how can I help you sleep better? Backhand index pointing right or simply, which drink will you be trying tonight? I wish you strength in your body and your spirit, peace in every sleep, joy at every age, and blessings more than you ever expected. Thank you for listening. I hope we meet again in the next video about health, about aging, and about how to live with a little more grace each day. Aging is not a slowdown. It's an invitation to live more deeply than ever before. Subscribe, comment, and begin your first peaceful night tonight, Crescent Moon.